too on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. It's a loud and local band of the week, Dusty Cubby.
I can't sit still, it's shaking my own will. Saying whether or not that this is fine, but I'm still hoping in the summer. Now I'll put everything together.
We've got our loud and local band of the week, Dusty Cubby. You want to find out how you can get their music?
Oh, you can get their EP. They put it out last year. It's titled Fair Enough. Good pop punk band here from the Northwest, Dusty Cubby.
You can get more info by going to the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. And don't forget, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock, it's a great local show. It's called Loud and Local. 2 solid hours of music from the Pacific Northwest. Bands like Dusty Cubby.
Let's play Beat Migs.
I will beat anyone that calls in to play the game.
He's smarter than you, he'll make you look lame.
60 seconds on the clock.
You're going down
And I'm gonna rock.
It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
It is time to beat Migs, and we made it. It's Friday. It's Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Friday. Getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying. Yeah! Partying. Yeah! Fun. Looking forward to the weekend.
Happy Friday, everyone.
The broken box edition.
Yeah, a cappella style.
I do
My
believe
machine is broken.
I do believe Danny was jumping because he was up earlier today, so he's probably jumping.
Yeah, hopefully he's still jumping and he didn't go back to sleep.
Oh, there is that. Yeah.
Probably did that.
Yeah, right. Let's get to our contestant today. We've got Kikyo on the I-5. Kikyo, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Ah, it's my girl Kikyo.
Yeah, it is.
Nice. She's one of the better wrestlers here in the Pacific Northwest. Check her out.
Oh,
on
really?
YouTube. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She kills it.
Ooh.
She does death matches too, so like she'll even bleed for you.
Ooh, hardcore.
Yeah.
You can also watch me and Migs beat each other up.
Yes, it's on YouTube somewhere.
So not only on Beat Migs, but she literally beat Migs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she did.
No, you beat me, remember? No, wait, I did beat you because you walked out like a... You know what?
Yes, I did. I decided I did not want any of Kikyo, and I just left the match.
Well, it's a good
Much
thing.
to the happiness of the crowd. They did not like me for that.
Well, now, get out of here. It's a replay. For those playing at home, Kikyo has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Kikyo, you can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Oh, Yeah.
Nice. In the film Home Alone 2, what city was the McAllister family planning on vacationing in?
Paris.
No.
Pass.
What is Earth's largest continent?
China.
No.
Continent. Asia.
Yes. On The Simpsons, what is the first name of Bart's best friend?
Millhouse.
Yes. What breed of dog is McGruff the crime dog?
A lab?
No.
No, he's a bloodhound.
Yes, he is. On the Academy Awards statue, what is Oscar standing on?
A platform?
No.
Pass.
Who played the lead in the movie The Mask?
Jim Carrey.
Yes. In which European country does the famous running of the bulls take place?
Spain.
Yes. Which
Barcelona.
Which letter stands for the Roman numeral 50?
Pass.
Bootylicious was a song released in 2001 by what group?
Destiny's Child.
Yes. How many states begin with the letter S?
3.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct.
All right, this
Ooh,
is
that
going to
was
be
better
interesting.
than last time.
Oh, was it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's going to be interesting.
it will be very interesting. We're going to have to see how this goes. See if Kikyo can win here. There's no one coming out from the from ringside. No interference is going to happen. We'll have to make this happen. Steve?
Rev is trying to do play-by-play.
I was trying to do something.
My first time meeting Kikyo, I was doing ring announcing, and I said, hey, how do I pronounce your name?
Yeah.
And she's like, it's Kikyo. Like, I'm going to Kikyo your ass. We'll never forget that.
That's a perfect way to do that.
Are you ready?
That's all.
Oh, yeah. In the movie Home Alone 2, what city was the McAllister family planning on vacationing in?
Just watched it. Oh, Miami.
Yes. What is Earth's largest continent?
Africa.
No.
Asia.
Yes. On The Simpsons, what is the first name of Bart's best friend?
Millhouse?
Yes. What breed of dog is McGruff the crime dog?
He's a hound dog.
No.
He's a hound.
No?
Damn it. There's something with a hound I could...
This is a tough one. I think Rev might have screwed
Hound.
this game.
Delicious.
No. On the Academy Awards statue, what is Oscar standing on?
On Meyer? I
No.
don't know. On a wiener?
No.
On a stool?
No. Who played the lead
Who's
in the
Oscar?
movie? Who played the lead in the movie The Mask?
Oh, Oscar, like the trophy.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, oh, man. Jim Carrey.
Yes. In which European country does the famous running of the bulls take place?
Spain.
Yes. Which letter stands for the Roman numeral 50?
X.
No.
Oh. Which,
Oh, wow.
crap. What is it, L?
Yes.
Damn it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Steve, you tie.
Oh, look at that. Kiss your sister.
Yeah.
Nice. Though I will say this, if there's more than one kind of hound out there, then Rev's fine. If there isn't more
Yeah.
than one kind of hound, I think he kind
I
of screwed
think
you.
there's more than one hound out there.
Bloodhound.
Yes, it's a bloodhound.
Damn it.
Is there any other kind of hound but a bloodhound, though?
Well, a hound is just described as a dog that is bred for hunting. So it could be multiple types of dogs. Like
well,
I
then
think
Steve wasn't wrong, was he?
I don't know.
But he was right.
I don't know if I was right on this one.
Well, he's not a
Yeah.
hound. I mean, it's
But a bloodhound is a bloodhound,
Yeah.
it's its own type.
its own type.
okay.
Yeah.
As long as if Steve's willing to say no, then you're no.
Yeah, because there's bloodhounds, basset hounds.
Oh, there we go.
so,
Right there.
that's
We go.
all we need.
That's all you had to say was
That's what I was
Basset
looking
Hound
for.
in there.
Afghan hound, yeah.
Yep, there
Okay,
you go.
then Rev was correct.
Yeah.
But Rev didn't know. I just love the fact he's.
I had
sweating
no
close over
idea.
here.
It's like, why can't you just say bloodhound instead of hound, man?
Oh, you're a great quiz host.
I couldn't think of bloodhound. I love the bloodhound gang.
I know,
there you
right? Well, congrats, Kikyo and Steve. Y'all tie.
That's how it goes. Thanks for playing, Kikyo.
Yep, now we got to have a rubber match, Steve.
Oh yeah,
In the ring.
Yeah.
that would be so nice. And we need to get that going. We need to get this. We need to get the herd vaccinated so we can get back to living.
Right?
Oh, come on, America.
That'd be pretty sweet.
It is time for Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Whatever you want to talk about. We got your calls. We got your texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic and you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's simple, man. If you would like to express your opinion, Steve says, express it the way I tell you.
All we're asking, BJ, is for them to show some energy and bring it. Otherwise, they're going to have to get the weak-ass gong that you have.
Oh, that's right. Let's see if I got it here. Oh,
my machine is broken.
All right, hold on. Let me get it for you because my machine is just...
That's that. So you're going to get the pan falling on the floor.
Yeah.
And then a bad impression of Ed McMahon.
Goodbye, old friend.
There you go.
Yeah. Sorry, but it's
as good as it gets.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Trevor in Auburn. Trevor, you're on the Rock.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Trevor. Welcome to the show. What you got for us, buddy?
I just had a question about the Seattle Kraken. So I know that I heard somewhere that we're getting our players sometime in June, and I don't know if that's right. And I just wanted to know also if that is true, how would that affect our way to try to make it the Stanley Cup and stuff like that.
So we're going to get our players in July. It's, I think, July 20th or 21st. And so what happens is that every team in the league they can protect X amount of players. The new players on their team, like the first 2 seasons, those guys are untouchables, but then you got all these other players, and so they protect X amount of players, but then they have all these other players that are open, and that's the draft, the expansion draft for the Kraken. You're going to be able to pick up none of their star players, but you'll be able to get like their second line, the grinders, the core players, which is why Vegas was such a good team, is they had a team full of hardworking guys with a chip on their shoulder, which is and we're getting the same deal as the Las Vegas expansion draft. So, fingers crossed we have the same kind of luck as Vegas. I mean, they made their draft, and then they went to the Stanley Cup Finals in their first year. It was ridiculous. I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen, but, we're going to have a pretty good team right from the get-go. And then a few days after the expansion draft is when then you have the actual draft to pick up young players. And
we're in that.
We're in that draft. And I think the year that Vegas did it, they ended up having the 6th pick overall. But they give you better odds than a lot of the other teams. So you hope you're going to do well in the lottery and like the balls and all that stuff. Like where you pick out, X amount of balls. But, even if it's a top 5 player, that's a damn good pick. Yeah, have as a brand new team, and especially when you're picking them. I was just geek wise the other day, and even today, I was looking at like who could project it as players that they could possibly grab, and it just gets me excited, man.
So, Steve, listening to you on that, and I hate to geek. I mean, I don't like to geek out, but I kind of like to geek out. So they did see a strategy that the Knights did. Like, was there there were particular styles of players they went for, which allowed them to be more competitive than you would think an expansion team would be?
I would imagine. I mean, that's why that's why you want to have a good general manager. You try and find people that will fit the pieces of the puzzle. But I really do believe that it had a lot to do with these. Anyone in the NHL is talented, obviously, but you're getting guys that are just like maybe not considered a top 7 player because you protect 7 players, or I think 7 forwards and a couple defensemen and then 1 goalie. You might not want to quote me on that. I'm trying. Yep, 7 forwards, 3 defensemen, and 1 goalie. Then after that, you've still got really good players. They just might not be considered like your core top stars for your team.
Yeah, you got a lot of lines.
But you got like a third liner, a second liner. You still got guys that matter. It's just that you couldn't protect them. And then all of a sudden, they've got this chip on their shoulder like, you son of a bitch, you didn't protect me. And that's what happened. I think that helped a lot with Vegas. Is you had all these guys, and you had good leadership, a great coach, and you had a bunch of players that wanted to prove that they should have been protected.
That is, I mean, it still is amazing to me how far they got. It is unbelievable to me. Yeah, because when would a team of guys that weren't protected ever beat every team who protected all their guys?
Great coaching, and I think also just the backstory of Vegas at that time. They were dealing with that tragedy of the shooting.
Oh, yeah.
That happened, and I think that really rallied the team with the community, and there was just something special going on there that, I mean, you can't duplicate, but man, it would be great if we put together a solid team. Also, it's like a lot of fun to be like, quite possibly a guy like TJ Oshie, granted towards the end of his career, but he could easily be picked up by the Seattle team, and that would be awesome because he's a Northwest guy. He's a Seattle, he grew up north of Seattle.
That would be fun. And look, I mean, with the way the playoffs work, we could make the playoffs. I mean, in our first season, if everything goes right, I mean, look at, you see what happened to the Knights. Maybe we could make the playoffs. I mean, granted, we may not do well, but be fun.
There's a very good chance they'll make the playoffs in the first year, which is just going to be a lot of fun, man. Yeah. It's going to be fun to have a hockey team here. Hopefully, next season when everything starts up, we'll be able to have fans in an arena to enjoy it. But I watched a bunch of hockey yesterday, and it was fun. I mean, it's definitely not the same without the crowd, but they did a good job of like fake crowd noise, and the players are playing hard, and it's still good.
Yeah, well, it's and keep your fingers crossed, man. I mean, we should be herded up by then. By the time October rolls around, because that's when the season will start. Is it October or September when it starts?
It should be October but I don't know what the schedule's like because of everything that got pushed back this year.
Oh, right. Okay. I would hope that they were trying to make the adjustment so that it would be normal again.
It should be. It should be because everything should be done by May in order for the draft stuff to happen in July and then all that. So fingers crossed.
All right.
We'll be back to whatever normal is.
I mean, the government keeps saying they're going to double dose and triple dose and come up with different plans so that we can all be herded up and be at 70% so that we can go back to lives.
Did you see, it's fun because like there's no one in the arenas when they're playing. So whoever it is that runs like the audio visual for the Colorado Avalanche in between periods, he projected solitaire onto the ice and played solitaire.
What?
So funny, dude.
When was it? Was this between periods?
I think it was either before the game or between periods.
Oh, that's funny. Well, what else are you going to do, right? You're the only guy there.
Right. No one's going to. I mean, the fans do not like. In fact, I think the fans would enjoy watching you play solitaire.
Yeah. I mean, that's funny.
It was super funny. I saw the video of it. Yeah. There's a picture. If you just Google search Colorado solitaire hockey, you'll be able to find it. I'm trying to, hopefully it'll pop up, but it's just like it covers the entire ice, the cards.
Oh yeah, during intermission. Oh, that's cool. And he's got the ice turning green. That's a really cool projection. Yeah, that's much cooler than I expected it to look.
I'm pumped too because the person that's going to be in charge of the bells and whistles of our Seattle hockey experience, like, what's going to happen, like, with mascots and the ice shows and like, the lights and all that kind of stuff. He's the guy that did Vegas' stuff.
Yeah.
So it's going to be ridiculous.
That's awesome. You know what? I feel like we should talk a little bit more hockey. Maybe next week we can get a representative.
On Tuesday, funny you mentioned that. At this time, we'll be chatting with Everett Fitzhugh, who is the voice of the Seattle Kraken.
I like when I have ideas and they just happen.
I thought it, and we share the same brain waves, me and Everett.
206.
Yes, just like that.
Well, you know what? Listen, this is awesome. Yeah, it's getting closer and closer. He's got to be getting excited too, man.
You see that they're going to be doing Seattle Kraken plates for your car.
Ooh, nice.
Really? Yes. License plates. I'm in.
Joey D's and Rev are in, even though, look at Rev is all in because it's like ground floor.
I'm not sure if it's fully been confirmed, but they're creating like there's an online a petition. If you go to Kraken's website, you can sign it and all that, and then they're going to send all the money to the charitable foundation. But yeah, it looks like it's going to happen.
That's fantastic. And look, if somehow the state of Washington can skim a little bit and make some money, I'm sure they're more than happy to do it.
Well, I'm going to have this Kraken plate. It looks cool.
Yeah, it does. Of course, I'm sure there's probably certain things you can't put on there, Steve. Sorry.
Like Phil Mai? You probably not.
Yeah, you probably can't do Phil Mai. Yeah, sorry, buddy.
That's fine.
Yeah. 206-421-ROCK.
You think crackhead? You think that? No.
Ooh, I don't know, buddy.
Krackhed?
Yeah.
All right. I like that.
Well, you can try it. I mean, it's not a swear word, and I mean, the government may not even care. I mean, I hope. Who knows?
Well, butt crack.
That probably won't go. I'm afraid. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
No.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. It's listeners on the loose.
Somebody want to know, BJ, I know you're a big baseball fan. Did you see that Mickey Mantle's baseball card just went for a ridiculous amount of money?
It did. What really saddens me is the record that it shattered. Because it's one thing when you think of a super old card. Even though Mickey Mantle's 1952 card is not super old. It's not like a Babe Ruth or a Honus Wagner.
It's super old, though. It's over 50 years.
Yeah, but
like 70 years.
Yeah, in the world of baseball cards, though, it's still not like going all the way back to the 1900s. But here's the thing. Yeah, it sold for $5.2 million. An actor and entrepreneur named Rob Goff. I don't know if I know him. I don't know what he's been in. He bought it for $5.2 million.
I'm guessing the money that he has is not from his acting.
Yeah, I guess I've
never heard of this guy.
The entrepreneurial part of his life. How about this, though? Here's what gets me. Okay, talk about cards. If I told you, Steve, that the previous record, that the card that was was the most expensive card ever sold, I would say, what decade do you think it's from? You would never put it in a recent decade.
No.
And this card that had the record before Mickey Mantle just got sold, $3.94 million, a signed Mike Trout card that was sold back in August. Mike Trout's card. I mean, how long's he been in the league? 10 years?
I remember the story. Wasn't there like a reason behind why it went for as much as it did?
I don't remember.
I thought there was like a weird story behind it, why it was so expensive. Like some kind of like for card collectors, it was a big deal.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, it's still a relatively new card compared to, I'm used to that. If something's old, that's why it's worth something. And then if it's signed and it's old, sure. Right. So I don't know why I can't remember why.
It looks like it has a serial number that states that the card is one of one. It's literally the only card of that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
and it was a printer. I can make more than one of them.
It was a grade of a mint 9, which is out of 10. So it's like a perfect card that there's only one of, and it's signed.
Oh, well, why don't people do more of that? Why hasn't Topps gone out there and done that with a lot of cards?
And then like have one of their employees be like, I got this card. How much you want for it?
That's nuts. Wow. Well, there you go. So this guy Goff said, I've dreamt of owning a 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle since I was collecting cards as a kid. It was the Mona Lisa of sports cards.
Damn.
Here's the thing. I guess that the Mantle card was included in the final Topps series of 1952 and was one of the only cards to survive after thousands were dumped into the Hudson River due to overproduction. Wow. How about that? That's the only, so you,
That's
again,
a cool story.
Yeah. I mean, again, another, or if you just decide to only make one of one. There's that, too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there you go. That's why it's worth a lot of dough.
I think the most impressive part is a guy who we've never heard of that's a quote-unquote actor can afford this.
Yeah, really. Well, he's, he's an entrepreneur, Steve, and you're a big fan of them as well.
Yes.
Because you just think that means they're unemployed.
Pretty much, dude. Well, I based this solely on reality television. Whenever it's like The Bachelor or any of those shows, and everyone usually has like their job but every once in a while they have entrepreneur, and I'm like, oh, that person's unemployed. And then at some point during the show, they usually just admit that they don't have a job.
Well, this unemployed loser paid $5.2 million for that Mickey Mantle card.
I wish I was a loser like him and can afford that.
Yeah, that's a fact. Right? Let me be a loser like that guy. You pick the topic, you guide the show. It is Listeners on the Loose. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. More of your calls and texts at 934 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
When we think about something that brings out the best in us, it usually involves helping someone else. By donating plasma at a Grifols Center, you can help save millions of lives and show your good side to the world. You'll join thousands of people who donate safely each week, so patients get the plasma-derived medicines they rely on. And you'll be rewarded up to $1,000 your first month. Learn more at grifolsplasma.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Listeners on the Loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Someone just texted saying, hi, I'm 21 years old, and I'm currently in the process of buying a home. What kind of things should I be paying attention to, or what's something that you all wish you knew when you were purchasing your first home? Thanks.
Wow.
21, congratulations.
Well,
Gosh.
I feel like, you know what, the Vicky's and you are the closest ones to have bought a home. So, and Rev too, now that I think about it, it's like recently. I haven't bought a home in years.
Well, I wish I knew when I bought my first home. I wish I knew not to do it. I'm joking, but I'm not. Like, I had so many people telling me it was right when I got like a nice pay raise and I was able to afford a house, and everyone's like, buy a house. Buy a house. And it was right at that time when the market forever ago was like just through the roof. Everyone's buying houses, and then everything just crumbled, and then the house was worth like nothing.
Oh,
and I hated the house.
Oh, I remember that.
The whole thing was just like, I rushed into it, and I should have taken my time. So my advice is wait till you're 25. I'm kidding.
Well, that's great advice, though. At 21 years old, you're very emotional. Homes are very emotional. It's like my own place. I'm forging my own way. And if you're trying to be smart, but you're putting your emotions in like that, those two don't mix all the time.
I'd say do it now, because obviously the interest rates are insane. Houses are just getting more and more expensive. I mean, I can't even imagine trying to buy a house in a couple of years from now, just the way that these house prices are going. But just don't be too impulsive. Like, you have time. Like, it's not like you need to do it. Like, you need to find a house and get it purchased in a week. Like, if it takes you a month to find that house that you're super happy with, or a couple of months, nothing's going. You shouldn't force that, you know.
And you're 21, and the one thing I had to keep in mind is this is not my forever home. I'm single. I don't have kids yet. I will eventually get a new house, so don't try to look for that dream home. Look for your starter home, one that's going to eventually, increase in value and it's going to help you get your dream home down the line. That's
and if you're single, get one with a hot tub. Chicks like hot tubs.
Hell yeah.
And also, they are not a financial smart thing. Usually.
Hot tubs?
No.
Hot tubs are the greatest things, man.
I mean, as Vicky talks about that, the whole idea of a starter home and all of this ridiculousness that sometimes we're sold by the Madison Avenue of home selling. You know what, dude? Seriously? I mean, what you really ideally would like to do is be able to buy a home that's going to be your forever home and put down enough so you don't have to have that PMI insurance. That is what you ideally would like to do. And at 21 years old, you could be that smart. You really could. But again, these are emotional decisions, and don't beat yourself up if you turn around, because here's the one thing that I never wanted to do. I never wanted to figure out how much I really paid for my house when all the interest was said and done.
Right.
You see, no one ever thinks of that. And, when you sit in a starter home.
Infuriating.
That's why, starter homes and this and that, I mean, it's all cute and everything, but it's not a great financial decision. It's an emotional decision. Nothing wrong with it, but just know that. If you're looking for strategy and emotions don't always go well together.
I like the texter. I was going to say this one, I 100% agree. Make sure you get that inspection and even be there when the inspector goes through the home. Mm-hmm. My experience has taught me that half of the stuff they look at, they didn't even I wouldn't have even thought of writing down. So I think you do learn a lot by being there with the inspector. Another person says, put down that 20% because mortgage insurance is a bitch.
Yeah, and make sure that you get stuff like sewer and electrical checked out, because we had to do that with ours. And I've already had to repipe my house. I've had to fix my sewers. And luckily we were able to talk with the homeowner originally that we were buying from to get them to fix the electrical stuff, because my house was built in the 50s and they never changed the electrical. I didn't have any of the outlets grounded until basically the mortgage company was like, that has to be done before anything happens. So, yeah, fortunately they were able to do that. So, hooray.
And one thing I didn't realize until I became an adult, how expensive things you need for your house are. Like how much a rug costs. Like, it's a piece of, fabric, depending what it is. It's like $100 for something I'm going to step on. So little things like that add up. Like, why? Why is it that? And vegetables always go faster if you're the one buying them.
So be warned, vegetables and rugs, they're going to kill you.
They will.
They're just going to kill your wallet.
I have to just sit here and smile. Bite my lip a little bit.
Well, BJ, he lays on vegetables and eats carpet.
That's what I do.
Whoa! Oh, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
That didn't come out the way I thought.
Raising. And by the way, I mean, really, that sounds really horrible because on both sides of that.
On every aspect.
Well, good luck and congratulations that you could get a house.
Good luck
I
to
think
you.
that's pretty awesome. And stay away from those carpets and those cucumbers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it says, love you guys. My name's Terry. I work at QFC downtown Kirkland. You make my mornings awesome.
Go QFC.
You rock, Terry.
I love QFC, by the way, man.
Do you ever hear a name and it just instantly makes you think of a celebrity?
Oh, like Terry?
Yeah, first thing, I'm a nerd with wrestling, I know, but I'm like, ooh, Bam Bam Terry Gordy.
Oh, I was thinking of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I thought you were going to
think
that
of his 10-inch penis, because Terry doesn't
Hulk
have
Hogan
one.
doesn't have a 10-inch penis. We don't have to drop the place.
That's right.
Terry Bollea.
I'm the only one who thought Terry Crews.
Terry
Crews.
The actor.
That's the first thing I thought.
It's a good actor to think of. Terry's fun. Yeah, I see what you mean. If it's a name, you go. It's the only time I ever think of that name is when it's a celebrity. Like William. I always think of William Shatner.
Huh?
Because who calls themselves William?
Shakespeare.
Yes.
Who was
he hasn't been around in a
Who's
while,
that
but-
guy?
That's true.
Yeah.
But like I know a guy, like I remember, he's like, how do you remember my name? And I was like, because when I see you, I think Mark Twain, because his name was Mark. And I just, as soon as I met him, I was like, Mark Twain. He doesn't look like Mark Twain. I don't know why, but like, I just had to create a connection to a celebrity to remember the guy's name.
Well, all right. Listen, if it works for you, I mean, there's a lot of Marks out there. I think I met more Marks than Williams. Like somebody will call themselves Bill, but when somebody calls themselves William, that's when I go, oh, I think I should. But Mark. Oh, it's funny. All right.
More often than not, they're not even like they look like this. Like it's just the only way I can remember someone's name. Like there's a dude at the gym, awesome guy. His name is Paul. When I see him, I instantly think Triple H, and I'm like, why did I go Triple H with him? And I'm like, oh yeah, Triple H's real name is Paul.
So is this a mnemonic device to remember the guy, or is this just okay? So that's what it is. So
it's my way to remember names.
Oh well, that's a whole different story. I mean, yeah, I should use that. I like that idea.
I mean, if it works for you, I think it's really weird, and that's the only way I can remember, though.
Well, that makes sense. I wonder, because people are always trying to find a way to remember somebody's names. I've just accepted the fact that I won't.
Yeah.
I've come to grips with it, and I'm just like, I need to just tell the person, I'm sorry I forgot your name.
But what if you hit that point where, like, now you've known them for maybe, like, several months. You've seen them several times.
Ooh.
What do you do?
For the most part, if I've seen you several times in several months, I will remember your name. It's the people that you meet once and you don't see for like 3-4 months at a time, but you know of them. But yeah, it's been a while, and it's just like, what do you want from me? I don't even talk to you much.
But what if it's like someone like you met, you didn't think you were going to get to know them much. So you met them a couple of times, like, I'll probably never see this person again. Why am I even trying to remember their name? And then next thing you know, they've become part of like your friend circle. Or like a neighbor, for instance. You know, whatever it may be.
Oh, I got that now.
And you're just like, at this point, like, you're like, I just feel like the ultimate douche if I say, look, I've known you for about a year. I don't know your name.
I need you to help me with this, because this is exactly happening now.
Okay.
I have my neighbors who've been in this house for a long time, that their kids are grown up, that they can actually talk and go out and do stuff.
Okay.
They say hi to me by name every time.
Yeah.
I have no idea what their names are.
Check their mail.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Well, yeah, what kids are getting mail?
Rummage around in the mail?
I know the parents' names. I don't know the kids' names.
The kids.
Ask the parents.
Well,
Just ask them.
I know, but the kids are always around when I see the parents. I never see them alone.
Do you have their number or something? You can like text them or like
so
next
really,
door app
you don't
them or
think
something?
it's weird for me to just go, "Hey, Steve, what's your kid's name?" I mean, because I feel
not
weird
at all.
even doing that.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, because I've had that happen where we knew the woman's name in the relationship, but we never knew the dude's name. And I was like, well, my wife and I were talking. I'm like, we should just ask her. And she's like, if we ask her, she's going to tell the guy.
It's true.
So, I mean, I say bring one of your kids over and have them introduce themselves to him. Like, hey,
Sarah, you need to go out in the neighborhood. You need to find the name of those 2 kids. And then we got another neighbor that moved in. They got 3 kids, and if they ever start telling me who they are, I don't even know. I barely remember the parents' names because I met them, and yet they did something really nice for Christmas for us. They left a nice little thing in the box, and I had to. Luckily, they left their address on there because I was like, I don't know who this family is, and it was like, oh, it's the new people, and I was like, oh, I want to say thank you, but every time they're outside, I'm not out, and then I see them at the window. I go, all right, and then I go outside, and they're gone.
After dating many sketchy guys, I've gotten really good at getting all the information I need off Facebook and Instagram. So just tell me their names and I'll get you the names.
There you go.
Yeah, that's not creepy.
Well, they won't know.
No.
I know, but
and there's nothing malicious about it. I just want to know their names so you can say hi.
All right.
I think it's less weird than being like, what's your kid's names?
I agree. I totally agree. That's why I don't want to say it. And I mean...
Or just accept that you'll never know them and just be like, hey...
That's what I do.
Hey,
I
dude,
feel bad because every time they go, hey BJ, how you doing? I'm going, hey,
you
looking good, you. I know, I hate it.
I like this text. It says, I'm surprised Steve doesn't think of porn star names to remember names too. LOL.
Oh,
this is the best part. It's signed Belladonna. And this person texts in from time to time, and every time they sign it Belladonna, I instantly do think of the porn star.
Well,
straight up.
I mean, if you meet a guy named Peter,
little hearts on there.
You probably think of Peter North, right? No?
I think Dinklage.
Oh, well, that's a good... You know what? At least that's a non-porn reference, so you're saved there.
But it's like the most porn name.
How about Rocco? You'd probably think of Safredi, right?
Oh, easily. Who else?
There you go.
I mean, Despirito?
Yeah.
No,
like Rocco, the wallaby from Nickelodeon.
Okay, see, I don't think I can do
Rocco's
this
Modern
one.
Life.
I get it. I mean, but boy, that's going deep.
You know what's funny? I had this thing happen to me at the grocery store the other day. I ran into a woman, and she's Sarah's friend, and I've been to multiple parties with her. I've had an hour-long conversation with her, and I could not remember her name. And I kept telling my brain, don't say Karen. I know it sounds like Karen Joe, but her name is not Karen.
Was she complaining, asking for a manager? Is that why?
Luckily, no. But she goes, all right, bye, Joe. And I'm like, bye, Karen. And she looks at me, it's Kara. And I'm like, son of a bitch.
So close. It's so close.
If only your voice trailed off when you said Karen.
Bye, Karen.
I would have been good. Why'd you even say the name?
Dude, I know I told myself not to, but I went for it. You know? Like, just do it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I shouldn't have just done it.
Yeah. No, you had to. You have to take a shot because if you don't say their name, they know you don't know it.
Yeah, but I mean... Yeah, that's...
You got to take a shot. I mean,
she's always going to remember you now as the person that didn't remember her name.
She told Sarah the next day that your brother got your name wrong. I'm wrong.
And you called her Karen, which is like the worst name of 2020.
I know.
She just been like, she just went, I'm sorry, I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be great. I need all these groceries because I need to,
You should have just dived into a display of vegetables or something.
You should have said, that's what I said.
Yeah,
exactly.
Kara. Yeah, Kara.
Or just respond back, and my name's Jeff. It's just like,
that would have been awesome. That's what you do. Or you just don't talk to people. That's always a good thing, too.
Or just say, bye, you.
Yeah.
Or bye, sweet teas.
Sweet teas has been called, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's the way we want to end this show. On a high note of integrity.
I'd love the conversation you had with your sister if you did that.
Yeah.
Your brother called me sweet teas. I'm not sure how to take that.
Well, listen, I mean, and Sarah would be like, well, let's be honest. I know what Sarah would say, or he's high because you don't. Either that would be one of the two things that Sarah would say because she's nuts. All right. Hey, here's a question that needs to be answered. All right. This one I think we can all get help with. What do Ryan Castle and a tiki hut have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:51 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and a tiki hut have in common?
Sandy Crack.
Sandy Crack. That's my porn
They go
name.
together like Amos and Andy.
Amos and Andy? What?
Yeah, we are aging ourselves progressively faster and faster.
BJ, I'm trying to speak your language, brother.
I appreciate that, buddy, because you know what? If you go Laurel and Hardy in the next break, I know you care.
So today we touched on Little House on the Prairie and also now Amos and Andy.
Amos and Andy. Wow.
I'm also a big Michael Landon fan.
Oh, see that?
He plays that fiddle like none other.
Okay. Yeah. You know what, guys?
Or violin. I'm not sure what the instrument was. I can't remember.
Everybody that understands this is dead. So,
someone say he took a highway test.
Let's talk about this fine gentleman from Missouri. He's 26 years old. He was actually visiting Key West, Florida this week. And, when you're in Florida from another place, you're probably drinking, having a little vacay. And
I have thrown up there before.
Yeah. It's not that it's COVID or anything. So he found his way to a floating tiki hut. And there's a company that has these tiki hut-style charter boats with a bar on them. Yeah, he turned on the ignition. He drove off. I guess he didn't make any plans. He was arrested by the Coast Guard because he was drunk and a moron. So many great things about that story.
Yay!
Ryan Castle, though, him and Amos and Andy, they have a 12-pack. They're up next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
One of the Rockaholics, Jose, gave me 69 cents on Venmo, so
send him my way, and I'll
pay
tip
it forward.
I'll tip him as much as I get. Here's 69 cents, sir. It's all we got because our people not only are lewd and lascivious, but they're cheap bastards as well.
Yeah, what if you did the whole tipping shit, the Venmo challenge thing? You're like, hey, we did the Venmo challenge and we raised some money, so we want to give it to you. And the waiter or the waitress is like, oh, this is going to be awesome. It's like $3. This is all we got.
That's all we got.
It's like your bill was $100.
Right.
What the hell?
Well, this is what we got. You win some, you lose some.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney and the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
New on Curiosity Stream. Deformed trees, mutated wildlife, and no humans for miles. 10 years after the disaster at Fukushima, see what this irradiated ecosystem can teach us about nuclear fallout on Radioactive Forest. Plus, looking for the most diverse marine life on the planet? Dive into the Coral Triangle and experience a frenzy of wildlife you've got to see to believe on nature's greatest secret. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load, terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.